Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of Across Germany. So, here's what we need to do today. We need to transport 18 wagons on a train line connecting Konigsberg, Posen, and Kattowitz. We need to have 7 cities with 30,000 or more citizens and a rail network. We need to have an express status on a rail line between Berlin, Dresden, and Munich. And we need to buy 50% of stock in Madam C.J. Ward's company. And then for our optional tasks a bit further down the line, achieve an express status on a rail line between Zurich and Graz, construct a university in Gütersloh, so I got to make sure that city's grown quite a bit, and then provide in 24 cities train connections with express status, so no doubt that's like every city on the map. Okay, let's look and see what might be connection bonuses. So nothing over here. Okay, there's Kattowitz. One of the things talked about that, right? Kattowitz, Posen, Konigsberg. Okay, there's Posen. I know Konigsberg's up where there, right? Okay. So we do have a connection bonus of 228,800. What a weird number for that grain right there. And that's it. I don't see any other connection bonuses. So we took some time. We made a warehouse here. We're going to call it Germany East Warehouse. It's going to serve Gütersloh, Hanover, and Bremen. So we have 2 trains right now going in from our wood. And then we're going to go ahead and put 2 trains in from our sugar. Now we're going to bring in 2 trains of corn into our warehouse here. And let's go ahead and start bringing trains into Gütersloh. And let's go 2. And then we have our 2 trains going into Hanover. And let's go ahead and throw 2 into Bremen also. I'll make sure they're loaded up. Got our wagon for our food goods. Now we're going to bring in our cloth in the Hanover. So I'll put a train on that. We have our train now from Hanover with our little warehouse for manufactured goods. It's going to go over the Gütersloh. Now we're going to bring in our milk all the way up around the north here to Berlin warehouse. And we're going to go see if we can buy, I thought I seen vegetables somewhere. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and buy this. Awesome. So we can go ahead and put a not a warehouse, but a station down. Going to go ahead and bring in our vegetables into the Berlin warehouse. We just added our vegetable line in right here, and now we're going to add in our 2 trains of milk to our warehouse. So that should get us up to a good 45,000 growth for. And Berlin now has an industry slot open. We're going to go ahead and throw it in a sawmill because we do have wood pretty close by. We built the line over the Schwerin Freight, and we're going to start bringing in 2 trains there to start growing that city. We have our train set up to Hamburg from Germany North Warehouse. We'll put 2 trains on that. And then we have a train from Berlin up to Schwerin Freight, which is going to be kind of our manufacturing warehouse area. And we'll also put one from Schwerin Freight over to Hamburg. So they don't need that. Okay. And we'll say we want full 8 back. There we go. Perfect. And we bought this cattle. We're going to bring that into Hamburg so we can start pumping out meat. Now we have a line come from Hamburg down to Hanover, so that should give them the meat that these 3 cities were missing from before. Now we have our Berlin to Magdeburg line on here. And we'll drop a train there, and then we're going to bring down our warehouse to Magdeburg. Now we're going to bring in a train down to Magdeburg Freight. Usually I don't like doing 4 cities, but I'm going to this time because I need 7 over 30,000. Now we're going to bring in 2 trains into Bremen so we can pump out some cloth. Now we have 2 trains come down the Magdeburg Freight, so that should give us 7 cities that should be growing pretty decently, I would say. And we successfully researched the continent, which is 6 kilometers an hour faster. So we're going to switch all our express trains for those. Okay, now we're going to start knocking off tasks. So we're going to connect Kattowitz to Breslau. Put 2 trains on that, 2 of our new continents. So we have our line set up from Konigsberg to Posen to Kattowitz. We're going to throw a mixed train on there, leave it on automatic. See how that goes. We now have an express, well, it's not quite express yet, but we have a train line from Berlin to Dresden, down to Munich, back to Dresden. We're going to put our 2 continents on it and our wagons. I noticed Gütersloh has a spot for an industry, so we're going to go ahead and put a dairy down. Bremen also has an industry slot, so we're going to go ahead and put down a clothing factory.
We only hear good things about the line from our passengers. Great!
Perfect, so we have our 18 wagons from Konigsberg to Posen and Kattowitz. That's good. Hanover also has an industry spot. We're going to put down a distillery.
Our network is growing and thriving. It is important that we not only pay attention to the big-name cities in our efforts, but also promote growth across the board.
Nice, we have our 7 cities with 30,000 people. We bought this area up here, and then the fruit, we're going to bring it into our Germany East warehouse, 3 trains of that.
A first connection from Berlin to Munich has been established. With this, we have connected all 4 corners of the German Confederation.
Okay, great. So in the meantime, we're putting fruit into the Germany North warehouse. We've got 3 of them. So what we just did there was an express status between Berlin, Dresden, and Munich. So now we need to get 50% of Madam C.J. Ward's company stock. Took out another bond, and so now we're down in Zurich, and we have a line going up to Munich with 3 trains. And we bought this area over here. Now we're going from Graz to Salzburg to Munich and back with 4 trains. Now we have our Zurich to Graz express line jumping around Munich and Salzburg, so it doesn't go in there. And we got 3 trains, all our wagons. And the last task we had to do this round is to go to Madam C.J. Ward and buy at least 50%. And so let's go ahead and do that. Perfect.
I knew Bavarian Saxony would be willing to sell some shares in their state railroad. That way we can put them to a better use. I am pleased to pass a word of praise from our sponsors on to you. They are very excited about our progress and can't wait for us to move on to the next stage.
Stop waving your banknotes and stay away from me!
Our daily revenues exceed the projections of our backers. Congratulations! The final step will be to consolidate the network within the German Confederation. We are to penetrate regions that have been neglected so far and connect the German patchwork of states with the strong glue that a transportation network provides.
Okay, so what did we do this time? We penetrated right to the south here, Zurich, Munich, Salzburg, Graz, as I just did here recently, Dresden. The other thing we spent a lot of time doing was working on 2 warehouses, Germany East, Germany North. Germany East serves Gütersloh, Hanover, Bremen, and Germany North serves Hamburg, Schwerin, and Berlin, and it also throws some stuff over to Magdeburg. We didn't really do a whole lot else. We did push over the Kattowitz, I guess, and Posen, and then up to Konigsberg. So right now, Berlin's sitting at 73,000, Gütersloh is at 58, Hanover's at 69. Brennan's at 55, and Hamburg I don't think is that high. Somehow Dresden was in the 60s to begin with. And so there we go. So that finishes this episode. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Ike and Me Gaming.